My concern is that Theresa May has been discussing trade with him. She has at the same time said that we would keep the regulatory environment we have with Europe, which we all want to do. He doesn't want that. He's made that very, very clear. Are we going to remove our food standards and import chlorinated chicken and GM crops to this country? Or are we actually going to say, well, yes, we'll do trade with a lot of people around the world, but it's based on high quality standards and based on human rights in the countries we're trading with. It is quite without precedent and quite unreasonable the way that Trump treats London and treats Sadiq Khan. Sadiq was elected mayor by a very large majority, but he's the mayor of London. He has a responsibility for the safety and security of people in London as he does through the police force, and he discharges that responsibility very well. When a terrible incident happened, and London has had terrible incidents, Westminster Bridge, London Bridge, then surely you should recognise that the police and the community have a job to do, and what Sadiq has sought to do is bring people together in unity to keep London together, just as happened after 7/7 all those years ago. A statement by Donald Trump condemning the mayor and then going on with a general condemnation of Muslim migration into the United States is not helpful. In fact, is very dangerous to community relations. And I think the statement that Sadiq has made in response is very good. Sadiq is saying his job as mayor is to keep London together. I think we're demonstrating that we have a democracy in this country. People have a right to free speech and a right to say what they want to say, but also demonstrating that we want good relations with the people of the United States. We want to be able to deal with whoever the President of the United States is at any time. But we also are very proud of the diversity of this country and of our support for human rights and human rights agendas around the world. And so when we're critical of Trump, it isn't on the internal politics of the United States. It is about his view on the Paris Climate Change Accord, which obviously affects all of us. It is about his view on the membership of the United Nations Human Rights Council, again, which affects all of us, and his issues that he apparently now has with the Iran nuclear deal, which I thought, as did many, 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 many people around the world, was a very good step forward towards bringing about denuclearization in that region. Personally, I don't think we should have been rolling out the red carpet to Donald Trump. We should be having meetings with the US government, the administration, as we always should, as we should with every other government in the world. We have to relate to other governments, but you've got to be clear what you're doing. Are we rolling out the red carpet uncritically or saying, hang on, there are issues where we fundamentally disagree with you, and I've mentioned some of them during your earlier questions. Well, it's a very strange thing to do, to come on a visit to another country, to meet that country's Prime Minister, and then announce you would like to see as her successor a person who's just resigned from her government. Well, Johnson resigned for the reasons that he gave. That is Johnson's business. That is Theresa May's business to respond to. It really isn't anything to do with Donald Trump.